Today we're going to talk about the Caribbean economic building is on fire. If you want to know exactly how to stop that fire, then you really need to be in this episode because I'm going to show you one way, the fastest way to stop this fire. If you are a junior policy advisor in a Ministry of Economic Affairs, in a central bank, if you are a junior policy advisor in an economic development ministry, sustainable development industry, I am going to talk to you about this economic building, why it is on fire, and what is the fastest way to stop it. The COVID pandemic is like a fire um, in the building of the Caribbean. And if you want to know more about that episode, how to stop that, then you really need to be in this episode. Okay, I'm going to start. We're going to start right now. Welcome to the Data Analysis and Policy Show, the show where we turn data into analysis so that you can create the right resilient policy. We're going to talk about resilient policy. Why is it that? Why is that? Because let me tell you about this. If this is the first time you are here, my name is Rooney Calmera. I'm an economist with 24 years of experience building economic models, etc., analyzing the economies of the Caribbean, analyzing the economies of small islands in the Caribbean, and I plan to also uh, broaden this experience to the world. So if you are on one of the islands in the world, welcome to this show. So the topic of today is the Caribbean economic building is on fire. Let me rephrase, let me tell you, what's the fire? The fire is the COVID pandemic hitting us. The fire is the global economic downturn hitting us. The fire is also the situation regarding the dollar. Right now, the dollar is the world's reserve currency, but there are patterns that this is going to shift. Those are the fires. Those are the fires, and the COVID pandemic is a fire on the building. Now, what is the Caribbean building? The Caribbean building, if you are on an island, like for instance Curacao, the Caribbean building, which is on fire, is the economy of that island. And if you can see the whole Caribbean as one big building, you can have like let's say 30 stores, and on each store there is a fire burning. The fire is burning the jobs, the fire is burning the finances, the fire is burning the livelihoods of people, the fire is burning businesses. So we are in a transition, and we are in a fire. You understand? Now, if you are a junior economist, you see a fire burning on a building, and you see the bottom of the building, there is water coming up, and that water is like environmental problems that we are having, the rising sea level. So tell me now, if you are listening to this, tell me if you are looking at this as a replay, what are you going to do? Are you going to run into that building and then try to stop the fire? Are you going to try to do that? So there are a lot of people, they are focusing on stopping the fire right now, the fire in the economy, because this show is about the economy, the fire in the economic rooms. They are trying to stop it right now with all kinds of stuff. But if you want to transition this economy, the building, you want to rebuild this building, you want to remodel this building, and the building is the economy. I mean, what do you need? So my point in here is the fastest way to stop that fire is you need a map of the building. You understand? So if the building is an economy, it's on fire, you don't know what you're doing, as an economist, you don't run in and try to stop the fire because you don't know what is happening. But if you have a map of that economy, you have a map of that building, then you're able to think before you go in there. You're going to think before what are you going to stop the fire. Yeah, you're going to think before you do. Now, an economic model that I'm creating and that I have for the Caribbean, for islands in the Caribbean, already 12 islands in the Caribbean. An economic model is like a map. It's a map of the building. So this map is a map that has been handed to me by my mentor, and he has a PhD. 24 years ago already, he had a PhD where he said, okay, this is the map of how a Caribbean economy works, how the building works, what is in the building, what is each room, the fiscal sector, the monetary sector, the, the balance of payments, the real sector, those, the tourism sector, those are the sections of the building on the map. So if you want to stop the burning, you need to know how this whole Caribbean economy works. You need to know about ways how this works. And I'm telling you, modeling, economic modeling, is the fastest way to get insights on how an economy of a small island works. Okay, I have created one of the economic models for Jamaica. And next week, maybe I'm going to participate in a virtual island virtual island summit of Jamaica. So I don't know anything about Jamaica. If Jamaican economy is burning, if the building is burning, do you think I'm going to run in and without a map? No. So the fastest way to know how this economy works, that's what I want to tell you. The fastest way how we can transition these economies, the fastest way how we can move on and change these economies is by having a map, and that is economic modeling. That's the fastest and easiest way. Okay? And during these sessions, next week also, I'm going to tell you exactly and prove to you how that how that can be done. Okay? These economies are right now in the Caribbean. Jobs, I tell you again, jobs are being burned like very quickly. There are waves coming. What is happening in the world with automation? What is happening with the world with artificial intelligence, with robotization? Robotization means like that's another fire who's going to burn some jobs. So if you are a policymaker and you are just trying to do something in the Caribbean, if you are a labor union person, if you are a business and you're trying to, you don't have anything about the map of the economy, you're just trying to survive. If you are a policymaker and you're just trying to do certain things while there is more fire coming to the Caribbean, you need a map. That's my basic topic. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Do you think there are other easier and faster ways to get a map of the Caribbean and to understand how the Caribbean building is doing? Now, let me tell you just one last thing regarding Jamaican economy, for instance. I created, together with the team, I created an economic model. In about 2 months, we create an economic model of the Jamaican economy. We put the data there. We put the framework was already there. We made some analysis. And by having that map of the Jamaican economy, I am able to now go in, get all this picture about how the economy functions, get all the related data, the interesting data, getting it all there. And then I'm trying to simulate So before I'm going to do something or propose anything to do in the Jamaican economy, I am looking at the map and using this map to simulate what is going to happen. So in the analogy of the burning, if you know exactly how the Jamaican economy works, because you have an economic model, you can do some simulations. Then, if you're going to put to stop the fire in one of the rooms, then you can simulate that. So the economic model is a tool for you to simulate what's going to happen before you enter and put that measure. If you're going to transform the Jamaican economy because you see that jobs are being burned, you see that it might be problems with the balance of payments. I'm not saying that. Yeah, you see that the exchange rate. So all those specific sections of the economy. If you're only looking at this part of that section without seeing the interrelationship, without seeing the total map, it is very, very, very difficult. You understand? So I'm telling you, during these times, the COVID, I want to finish. The COVID has taught us something. We need to be resilient. Resilient means very agile. Resilient, if you are resilient, if I push you down, then you can jump back. So the same with the economy. Yeah, there are things coming our ways for small island economies, and those things are disruptive. They will destroy jobs. They will, but there are also opportunities. For instance, the COVID pandemic has shown us that the value chains are very important. What is the value chain? The value chain is the chain of activities where value is added. So the food value chain. You have seen how reliant we are on the food value chain of the United States. So what's happening in the United States can have direct effects on the Caribbean. The tourism value chain, that's another value chain. So there are many, many Caribbean islands, they depend on tourism. The tourism value chain is like, okay, you are booking a vacation. So I'm in Europe or I'm in the United States, I can book a vacation to Spain, I can book to Greece if I'm in the Netherlands. I'm booking. Then I'm traveling. That's another section of the value chain, the traveling. Then I am arriving at your island, and then I'm in the transport, so the transportation. Then I'm in a hotel, so the hotels and the apartments are all parts of the value chain. Then I'm going out in the restaurants. Then I'm having a massage. Those are sections of the value chain. Now, have you seen how the value chain of tourism has been disrupted? Aren't you interested in other value chains, like the value chain of, for instance, the blockchain? So the blockchain value chain is totally different than the value chain of tourism. And the blockchain value chain has not been disrupted by Corona. Maybe the software development value chain. So producing software development. My value chain, which is delivering training, analysis, etc., has not been disrupted directly by the coronavirus. So as a Caribbean policymaker, policy advisor, senior policy advisor, etc., one, get your model, get your map of your economy, and your map of your economy is the fastest way to get to know how the economy works because they can put everything together. That map of the economy is the economic model. So economic modeling is the fastest way to stop the fire. And the transition that we have to go to, going through other value chains, going to maybe the transnational education value chain, which is having universities in your island of United States so that the students can be online. Okay? Having another value chain is maybe the renewable energy value chain. The renewable energy value chain is solar, wind, water. You in the Caribbean, you are living on an island, and the resource of the sun and the resource of wind and the resource of water, those are the three biggest resources that you have. If I tell you that in one room of the Caribbean building, there is imports, there is a lot of money going out because you and I, we are importing all that fuel, fossil fuel, and we are burning it, and then we are converting it into electricity. But there is something called ocean water cooling technology. So if you take water out of the ocean and you use it for cooling, your energy costs are going to go down. And why do I say this to you? Because I know the building. I know that imports of food and imports of fossil fuel is right now going out the window through your balance of payments. You understand? I can know this because I have analyzed, and I'm analyzing 12 economies in the Caribbean, and I'm going up and speeding that analysis up. So I have compared those to those economies, the 8 economies of the Eastern Caribbean, the Curacao economy, the Dutch Caribbean, Jamaica. We're also going on Belize and Turks and Caicos, and I'm looking at that building, and I know what is going to happen. So getting a map is the fastest way. Now, I want to show you this, and this is the community of people transforming the Caribbean economies. You have to go to CaribbeanStrategicBoardroom.com/waitlist, and then you will be part of that community of people that are transformers of the economy. And you know, the economy is where money is being made, and all the other things like social affairs, finance, etc., it is dependent on the economy. So you need to go and get that free spot on the wait list. And then once you get that spot on the wait list, I'm going to give you something. So I have certain things. Once you are on that spot, you are part of that community. You will get information. You will get first information about the key indicators that you need to look at. I already did that. And then I'm going to work and give you an overview of an economic model, an overview that you can right away use. Okay? You can use that when you are creating policies, etc. You can use that to analyze the building. Okay? Analyze the burning building. Okay? So get on that list, and then once the Caribbean Strategic Boardroom is open, you will be invited, of course. But right now it is closed, and the Caribbean Strategic Boardroom is going to be something special. We are going to get the special edition number 2. Version number 2 is going to be great, better than version 1. Okay? So I'm going to finish, and just take a look at my social media so that you know exactly how to contact me. So that was this episode. This episode has been interesting. I have talked about the Caribbean Strategic Boardroom. I have talked about why you need to get in to become part of my community. It's free right now, and the only thing you have to do is go to CaribbeanStrategicBoardroom.com/waitlist and enter your name and your email, and you will be in the community. The community is for free, and we are preparing certain things especially for the community. Right now, you will get at least you will get you will get the 10 a list of indicators that you need to watch. Okay, those indicators are like indicators on your dashboard, and we are giving some free stuff away during the this month. During this month, we're going giving some free stuff away to help you combat this COVID pandemic on your island, in your island. Okay, so get on that wait list and then get on free right now. And we are planning certain things which are very, very, very interesting. Remember, the Caribbean is like a building, and the building is on fire. And the fastest way to get that fire down is economic modeling. Okay? And an economic model is like a map, and with that map, you know how the economy works. You can simulate before you go into that building and burn yourself. And remember, jobs are being burned, enterprises are being burned, um, economies are being burned. There are some economies who have a negative equity. I have analyzed some economies which actually have the government has a negative equity. I need to go on there. So that means that the total debt of the government is much higher than the assets. So that's what the fire is about. If you want to stay out of the fire, or if you want to combat the fire, make sure you get a map. And right now, the next step to get into the community who are transforming the Caribbean economies, the community of high achievers, of economic practitioners, for free, is to get in there. Put your name in, put your email. You have nothing to lose, and you will benefit from that. So if you have any questions regarding this episode, let me know, because next week again I will be here for you. And I want you guys to contact me, interact with me. Don't only listen, but interact with me. We are in some trying times. This COVID pandemic, COVID-19, well, maybe there will be a COVID 20 and 21, because that's actually what is happening. We have to become more resilient, and this map I'm giving you is the fastest way to become resilient. Okay, so that's it for this week. Hope to see you next week, same time, same place, around 4 o'clock. And tell me if you like this. Maybe you can share this episode if you find this interesting, because I'm being bold right now. I'm being bold and telling you exactly how I think it is. And tell me also what kind of issues you have, what kinds of questions you have. But if you can spread this word, spread the word we spread today, I will be greatly happy and appreciate this. So that's it. I'm keeping it below 25 minutes this time. Till next week. Till next week the same time, and have a nice weekend. And remember, get on that wait list and invite your friends, because it's going to be awesome. This month is going to be awesome. I'm going to be very generous and give a lot of other things. So in between the weeks, every week I will be here on Friday, but in between the weeks, I could be giving you extra goodies if you are on that list. So make sure you get on that list of people transforming the Caribbean economy, and people who want to learn more about the maps, about how it actually works without burning themselves. Okay, so that's it. See you next week. Bye.